Hello, nerds. Welcome to the GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. If you're new to our show, we cover the geek news beat and share our opinions with you, which are always factual. Am I right, Randy? They're always factual.
100% factual. This is something that you can bank on.
Yes, you can bank on it. Take it.
Don't y'all get fired from y'all jobs listening to us.
Take it all the way to the bank with you. It's not opinions. They're opinionated facts.
Opinionated facts. I like it.
I am your host, Chuck, and with me we have Randy.
What's up, Geek Beast? Hey, man, let's do this. So what do we have to talk about tonight?
I'm going to start on some corporate news first.
Okay.
So Activision Blizzard is back into the news again. New Activision lawsuit makes revenge porn, sexual harassment allegations. So Activision Blizzard is being bought by Microsoft, and they're going to have to deal with all these cases.
Yep. And some of these cases just became a lot more attractive because now Microsoft is in charge, and those pockets in Microsoft are deep. But what the hell was wrong with Activision? What were they doing, man?
So according to the suit targets both the publisher and the plaintiff's former manager. Over a year after the first reports and government investigations into the companies began, publisher Activision Blizzard just started having all these lawsuits popping up for their what they quote pervasive frat boy culture.
Yeah, right? But they some of these allegations date prior to the Microsoft acquisition.
Absolutely, right? They all allegations prior to Microsoft, all of them. So Activision Blizzard's failure to curb sexist and harassing conduct emboldened manager Miguel Vega to abuse, belittle, insult Miss Doe by making comments to her about oral sex, masturbation, and orgasms, threatening her job if she would not consent to sex, mocking her breast, commenting on other female employees' attractiveness. Mr. Vega also repeatedly threatened to expose compromising photos of Miss Doe.
This
in 2009, 2010.
What you just described is more than just kind of corporate malfeasance. These are criminal allegations. If you threaten somebody's job in order for them to retain their job, for you to have sex with them, that is tantamount to a sexual violent crime.
Yes. And that's what it was. That's what it is.
They should all go to jail and burn it. So did Microsoft come in and just kind of wreck shop by firing a lot of the people at Activision?
I think they're going. We don't know yet. Microsoft had the deal is not sealed yet.
Yeah, because to me, you're just kind of like, if you don't go in there and kind of clean house, you're just kind of perpetuating this whole environment.
I think they are going to clean house.
They would have,
but they're still, I think, fighting to get that merger to occur where they acquired a company.
Right.
But we'll get it after that.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy, man.
Yeah. So this is probably one of the many lawsuits that are stacked into this company, which Microsoft is purchasing. It makes you want to see how much of a toxic asset the company is now.
Yeah, man. It's got to be real bad. This shit is crazy.
I'm pretty sure they're cleaning house with it right now.
It would have to be. And somebody's looking at all these reports, like the settlements, what it costs to go away, all those types of things.
So Mr. Vega met Miss Doe in 2010 and at an Activision Blizzard office party in 2017. Mr. Vega walked Miss Doe to a vacant part of the office away from the party, and he asked her if she would give him oral sex if he were to whip it out right now. Right here.
What? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Jail. Not only is he gonna get fired, he's going to jail.
Then Mr. Vega asked Miss Doe how often her husband made her orgasm during sex, and if she felt like her husband meets her needs sexually. How often does he make you come was exactly said, and does he take care of you in the bedroom?
What, man? This is ridiculous.
If I was her husband, I'll go beat his ass.
but but they gonna come up because they gonna sue the shit out of Activision.
Yeah.
Microsoft is gonna have to be in a hurry to want to get this settled. They want, like you said, they want to get this merger to come through, and it's gonna be hard with all this kind of white noise in the background due to these sexual misconduct allegations.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
So I wish for the plaintiffs and everybody that has cases against Activision, good luck, and hopefully the truth comes up and it stands out. And that we as the public know, and hope Microsoft comes in and cleans shop of everything.
Yeah, man. You would imagine they have to. If not, they're setting a very bad precedent.
Yeah. Let's go to the next article.
All right, what we got?
More news. More WB news. Warner Brothers Discovery layoffs and cuts are shaking up the company again. The company's diversity-focused studio, Stage 13, has been cut. They did say they cut their television workshop and their director's workshop, but they kind of brought it back and consolidated into the Warner Brothers Diversity Initiative. According to reports by Variety, Warner Brothers is looking to save $3 billion following the Discovery merger, as there may be even more areas where the company will either nix staff or entire departments. The company has already consolidated a couple of the animation departments in Cartoon Network Studios and Warner Brothers Animation, which makes sense because their two studios already share other internal teams. In other internal news, so Colin Farrell explains the Penguin series timeline and the Batman movie. So they're cutting all the diversity programs, but they're making a Penguin show based on the Penguin from the movie.
Right.
And
this isn't the first time they've cut. Yeah, this isn't the first time they've cut like projects pertaining to PLCs. Remember, was it a couple of months ago we did a story talking about how they got rid of all of the executives, the PLC executives at Warner Brothers, and they only retained like one minority there. So did we say Warner Brothers Discoveries look like they a whole piece of shit racist company?
They are. It seems that way. Hopefully they get their stuff together and they bring in new leadership, because this is not happening.
Right.
In Stage 13, they're like, well, nobody's watching the shows. Well, you never promoted the shows.
Right.
You know? They had a ton of shows. I Love Becca and Lucy, I hear is really good. Lipstick Empire, I hear is really good. March is really good. It's about marching bands. What are some other shows they got here that are popping?
Yeah, man.
Cooking on a High. How is that not a winner show for you? Cooking on a High. You smoke weed and you cook. That sounds like everything America would love.
Yeah, man. A lot of these decisions that they're making, we know that they're not driven by creative decisions. It doesn't seem even like financial. It really just seems like some damn racist kind of shit to me, that influencing a lot of these decisions, or like they just don't have faith in PLC communities or even communities period, to support these shows. They're not promoting them right, they're not marketing them right, and then they're just like pulling the plug on them, man. They're not developing new PLC talent.
I think they're looking at it like the middle of America is not interested in people of color stuff right now,
which is really stupid. Like, do you know like how many people, like there's plenty of like black people that live in Detroit, Chicago, and you know,
but
like
they're not the 72% population. You're talking about a small 13% population.
Detroit and Chicago are the biggest cities in Illinois.
But I'm talking about nationwide. That's how they look at it. It's 70. We can get 50 of the 72. We can get 40, or let's say half of the 72%, right? And that's what? 35%, 35.5%. Or we can get 13% of the black population, which is all of them if we get lucky.
Man, it's plenty of shows that can be marketed broadly to PLCs and like, you know, the larger population.
But they're looking at, we're trying to appease the MAGA nation, and that's 35% of the population.
I don't know what percentage they are of the population, but if that's
they got half the voting this election. They almost broke even with the white population. So white population is 72% of the nation's population. That means they're 35.5%. And that's bigger than 14% of the population.
Oh, it is. And I don't think that you have to get a show that captures the entire Black population, but right? Don't you think
they're thinking that even if we did capture the entire population, it's not enough.
Yeah, but you can have shows that representation matters, and you can have shows that are representative that are successful commercially and critically successful. Man,
yeah,
I think it's some bullshit.
Yeah, but they're saying we can get an easy 35%. That's just half we automatically get. Then we may draw in the other 35%.
Just turn into, just go out there and turn into Fox News.
Yeah.
Just say what you want to be.
That's how they look at that.
We want to be Fox News, right? Just say that,
Fox News gets in over 50% of the nation's population.
Fox percent gets not that high. They get a large percentage of the population, but it's still only like 5 or 6 million people that watch it like consistently.
But they watch clips online and YouTube videos and TikTok videos and Instagram videos. You don't have to be consistent.
Yeah, they do, but it's bullshit, man. Screw Warner Brothers Discovery.
I hear you. I totally hear you. So that's how they look at it, I guess. I don't know. They should do better. They should promote the shows in Studio 13, which they do all the shows on Netflix. And they're your shows, and Netflix called them, but you can promote them with billboards and ads and target the community.
Yeah,
you got a lot of Spanish shows. You have a few Asian shows. And these are shows that came out of your workshops.
Yeah,
why not support them?
Why not? They can do better. But the way they've been going these last year or so, last year and a half or so, man, screw Warner Brothers Discovery. It's not cool.
Yeah,
at all.
Like it's Bruno. I love this Bruno. It's about a little dog named Bruno.
Okay,
and his owner's an asshole. It's so good. It's on Netflix. It's good.
Okay.
I didn't watch March. March is in my queue, but I haven't started watching.
I watched March the first couple of. I thought it was good.
Okay, yeah, well, it's the Stage 13, which is their independent development studio for BIPOC people, is closed.
Okay. All right, man. Let's move. I don't want to give more energy than we have to.
Yeah, I hear you. Avengers, Secret Wars, Deadpool, and Fantastic Four have all been delayed. They have delayed them all, right? Which may be a good thing. I'm okay with delays. How do you feel about delays?
I'm okay with delays if it leads to a better product. But Mahershala Ali, was it last week? He expressed frustration with the way things were going with Blade because it had just been pushed back. The release date had been pushed back, and he's expressed his concern and frustration with the whole kind of apparatus and the whole enterprise. So I don't know if these delays are necessarily a good thing.
Okay. Let's go over the full list. Disney confirmed a raft of new dates following reports that work had been paused on Blade. Here's the full list. Chevalier, April 27, 2023. A Haunting in Venice, September 15, 2023. Blade, September 6, 2024. It was previously set for November 3rd, 2023.
Yeah, man.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, May 24, 2024. Untitled Deadpool movie, November 8th, 2024. Previously September 6th. That's just a month. 2024. Fantastic Four, February 14, 2025. Previously November 8th, 2024. So they're pushing stuff back. They may be figuring in more shows and more stories to tell.
And they might. So, it remains.
We know for certain we're doing these things. So let's put them on the list. Oh, Kevin Feige and the group get together and it's like, oh, we need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do this. Okay, put them on the schedule somewhere. Okay, we'll announce those at some other event.
And then maybe they have crossover impact from the different stories.
Yeah, so let's move these around.
And kind of streamlining the Phase 6.
Mm-hmm.
That could be plausible too.
So you think the Marvels cinematic universe is not just cinematic, it's television, it's
Yeah,
comic books. There's a lot of things they had to tie in.
it
And
is.
they're forever building more and more properties because Disney wants to do more television shows, more streaming stuff, and so they try to probably trying to fill that buffer. Whereas Disney wants to be the Netflix in the early days, where they could stream, they can just call in for everything to be on the net platform. I think they're trying to call in other chips.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it's
You
gonna work
know,
out. You know,
you know, it seems
I
like
just wanted to.
Marvel and Star Wars have blank checks at Disney.
Yeah. I don't mind pushbacks. I just want it to be good. That's it.
Yes,
No, that's it.
yes.
And so the only reason that I had expressed some reservation was because Mahershala, he expressed his concern. So if that would, I didn't know if that's a red flag or is that kind of a one-off thing,
It could be a one-off thing because he's used to everything being based on the old system, right?
And it could be.
And he's never been dropped into a world that's relying on
Right.
other properties.
Right. And he's never been like super mega budget kind of film, as you said, that's got multiple connections across the whole universe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He shows up for work, does his movies, and that's it. So, that could be it too.
He is an actor. He's not a producer. Now, if the producers were to say something, I would be more. If the directors were to say something, I would be more shocked.
We haven't heard anything yet.
Mm-mm.
That doesn't mean it's not out there, but we just haven't heard anything yet. So I guess no news from, as you said, the producers and the directors. That's good news. So
Yeah, like we just got Werewolf by Night, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a TV special. It's a Marvel property on Disney Plus.
Yep.
It's in the MCU.
Yeah. Rumor was Blade was supposed to make an appearance there. Originally it was slated like they were going to census, the horror and the vampire and everything. It was rumored that Blade was going to make an appearance there. I guess that didn't come to fruition. I don't know what happened, but
But those characters, particularly Ted, who is an aberration of Cthulhu.
Oh, really?
Is in the MCU. Yes. Yes. So that's even more interesting. You got monsters in MCU now.
Yeah, you do.
And we don't know where it ties into anything. Right. They didn't show us any tie-ins. They didn't bring in any characters from any previous MCU stuff. Nope. So Kevin Feige and them may be on some other level stuff right now and have a big board drawing all kinds of weird comic books.
We just not privy to what's going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, that's true because when the MCU first kicked off, we had no idea that all these stories would be connected. 10 years later, we get Endgame. So we got the Funk said, and Werewolf by Night was made by a guy who made his name as an award-winning music composer. They're letting people step up into the big chair.
Yeah. And Werewolf by Night is good. It's solid.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's solid. It's good. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about Marvel being brave and doing different genres of shows and movies with their characters. They could be shows about regular people and they would make it a superhero genre show. So I find it very interesting that they put superheroes in everything. It's kind of like how the boys do with all their superheroes, and they just put them in any type of movie and just let them be in the movie. So it's really interesting.
We'll see how it's gonna play out. You convinced me. I'm optimistic that these pushbacks are going to lead to a better final product.
I think that's how pushbacks are. For games, when they push back games, great. It means you're making me a better game because I know what it means for a studio. I know the relief they get when something gets pushed back than them being forced into a death march.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
I'm
with it. I'm with it.
Push it back. If it's not ready, push it back.
Yeah, don't even, no product is better than a bad product. So if we got to make something, the necessarily enhancement to make it, to ramp it up and make it the best product it can be, let's do it. 3-4 months is worth it.
Yeah. There's only one property I think would have not been worthy of a pushback, and that was Avatar: The Last Airbender by M. Night Shyamalan.
What do you mean? It was
He
terrible.
wanted to give it more time. He said he wanted more time to work on it. And
Was
that's
that
like the worst movie ever made.
was that the reason it was so shitty? Because he didn't have enough time?
No, it'd have been shitty anyway. I think what he gave us was shitty. So
It was
anything
terrible.
added to it wouldn't have made it great.
I don't know. Maybe he had some corrections and some things out there that he wanted to do, and the studio
Man,
just didn't
that
give him
movie was 2 hours long of
time.
bullshit. They got the names
Oh
wrong. They
God,
got
the movie is horrible. It's one of
yes.
the
I
worst.
think there's no redemption in that. They gave him 6 more months. It'd have been 6 more months of a shitty movie. Well, anyway, let's go to the next piece of news. Blade, speaking of Blade, has a teenage daughter now, and she's about to be a Marvel star. So there's a 5-issue miniseries called Bloodline Daughter of Blade, starting next February. The book will feature the full-length spotlight of Brielle Brooks, the titular daughter of the notorious shade sporting Daywalker.
So, who's her mother?
That maybe we'll discover that.
But I'm curious, like who?
Brielle first made her debut in a short feature in this year's Free Comic Book Day 2022 Avengers X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
That story introduced Brie as an average teenage girl growing up with her mother in Atlanta, only to find herself not infrequently running afoul of local vampires. This story's concluding twist that Blade had left Brie to live with her mother in order to keep her safe from their dangerous heritage sets up a probable reunion in this upcoming series.
Okay.
And this may be part of the MCU.
You think?
Yeah,
That would be dope if it was. That would be dope.
Like in the second movie, they introduce his daughter that's been away. I think that'd be awesome. They started off as a cartoon series. They introduced her as a cartoon, then bring her in live action into the second and third movie.
Or if we got a Disney Plus show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they do a cartoon series just for her introduction on the Disney Plus, and then they bring her in as a live action character.
MCU, yeah, I'm with that. I think that's dope. Yeah, Braid's got a daughter, and we see him picking up. They have interactions about why he made the decisions that he made, him training her. So yeah, I think that could work. I am interested to know what the mother is. So, like, does she inherit his powers, like have as a Daywalker, vampire who can come out into the day?
Yeah,
because Blade is mortal. He's not immortal. He's
mortal.
Yeah,
he's mortal. Maybe she has slightly his powers. She's a full-time day because her mother's human, and so he's half, so she'd be a quarter.
Right. I almost wish his mother was a vampire. I don't know if vampires can have children.
I don't think they can have children.
Yeah.
I don't think vampires have children. But it'd be nice to know that her mother is human and she's a quarter, which gives her different types of strengths and powers.
But she wouldn't have as much with her being a quarter.
No, I'm fine with her being just a quarter, not having as much power as him.
I want to see her a badass. I want to see her out here doing shit to Blade.
She can still be a badass and not have the powers. She's in MCU. Hell, she could run into some Stark technology and make her a badass. She can run into Riri. I could be like Riri's homegirl.
I want her to have natural badass powers.
That sounds great.
I'm not hating on it. I'm excited about it. I think it's a cool idea. I'm just, throwing out some ideas of how I conceive it.
Like she may have his strength. But doesn't have his keen sense of smell or movement. But she may have the strength. We don't know. She may have the quickness.
Yeah, that's it.
She may have the agility of him. Who knows?
That's it. I don't have a problem with it. I want to see what they're gonna do with it. It could be cool.
I'm gonna get back to some Warner Brother news. It's just having to come down it's down further down in the news timeline. Warner Brothers Discovery is effectively killing Cartoon Network. If they kill Cartoon Network, I'm gonna burn down the building. The building's down the street from me right now. I'm gonna burn that building down.
Yeah, I can't believe that. I can't believe that's even a discussion. Are they saying they're killing it because they're killing a lot of like creative content, or are they killing it as in they're trying to use it, to pay down that debt that they're trying to pay down?
So For understandable reasons, Warner Brothers Discovery's moved to fire 82 employees and eliminate 43 positions from its television division grabbed headlines when the news of the decision broke earlier this week. But the implications of the company's plan to merge Warner Brothers Animation and Cartoon Network Studios may be much larger than what Warner Brothers Television CEO Channing Dungey recently implied in the company-wide internal memo. According to Dungy's memo, Hanna-Barbera Studios Europe, Warner Brothers Animation, and Cartoon Network Studios will all continue to exist and be run by Sam Register as part of the company's new streamlined structure. But the latter two animation labels will now share development and main production teams.
I mean, that sounds like standard business to me, though. You have multiple studios, they kind of do the same thing. You consolidate it and put one person in charge of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. But now they're sharing assets.
Yeah.
So the people that work on Craig of the Creek are gonna work on some bullshit ass Warner Brothers animation property. And then they're gonna Victor Valentino, or God forbid, they take like the Teen Titans Go team, then put them on something that's ran by Hanna-Barbera.
But it's like they work together and creating synergies, best ideas, best practices.
Man, but they don't take animators from one studio and say you have to work on this property now. That cheapens the property.
And I don't know if that is the strategy behind this move. It's just, they're sharing resources. I don't know what that means.
I'm assuming sharing resources. Literally, you share the same animators, you share the same writers, you share the same, and so we're gonna try to do more with less. That's what it always sounds like to me.
And that's probably a strategy. Like that's a big corporate.
That's not a good strategy when you have writers that breathe. Like the Amazing Adventures of Gumball, you can't put those writers anywhere else. Those writers have to focus on that show. Or Teen Titans Go. Could you imagine they cut the Amazing Adventures of Gumball writers and say, hey, now y'all go work on Teen Titans Go?
Nah, that wouldn't be cool.
It'd make a horrible show.
Yeah, that wouldn't be cool.
And I make a horrible show if they share those type of resources.
Yeah, I love the Amazing Adventures of Gumball and Teen Titans Go.
Yes. But what they said, you both make great shows. We're going to let one team survive. We're going to kill the other team. And the one team that survives is going to make both shows.
I mean,
that would be horrible.
I mean, it happens.
But it'd be horrible.
It's unfortunate. But everything with Warner Brothers Discovery is a big old clusterfuck. So,
Yeah. I'll burn that building down. You mess up Teen Titans Go and Amazing Adventures of Gumball, which are two great shows.
Let me start stacking my bill money. I'm gonna have to come get you out. Let me start stacking my bill money.
Y'all gotta come and save me. Y'all will have to come and save me.
Oh Lord.
Rodney, we'll start that building down.
GoFundMe. A Kickstarter campaign to get you out. We go, all right.
Okay, we're gonna end on some really good news. Good news.
What's that?
The Meta Quest Pro was announced. So Meta announced the Quest headset Pro, which is $15.99. So for $14.99. So for the beginning of the ceremony, they're like, hey, we got 150 Quest 2s out here in the world, and we're trying to make dope games and dope experiences. But then we can't forget about the professional market. So we created the Quest Pro. Sure, Meta Quest is $399. We push it up $100, but we're going to give you better performance with this new one. That is for the Pro division. So this is for architecture companies and artists and creatives and whatnot. It's not just something you play with.
Okay.
I'm kind of here for it.
You're the expert on VA and VR star. I thought it was AR, and VR. Shows you how. So what do you think about this?
It's the largest headset manufacturer, and they're the biggest player in the space.
Mhm.
Them creating a pro version opens up a lot more. They push the technology very, very far. It has AR components been mixed in with their VR headset. So you have both AR and VR in one single headset. Is it the cool, slick little glasses, Ray-Ban glasses that we all want? Of course not. But they do have that as a product. It's not as powerful as this is. This you're putting a whole computer in your face. Putting up
Oh, really?
like the Quest is a computer too. It's like a
Mhm.
phone. It's like a
Okay.
super version of the phone, but this is a computer. This is what the HoloLens is. It's a complete computer you put on your face. It gives you both the VR and AR experiences at the same time.
Okay.
And it has a lot of cool features with it.
Okay.
And
So
I think it's brilliant enough to push the market. Um, is it quite consumer ready? Yes. At the price point, a lot of consumers won't get into it unless something magical is developed in it. And
okay.
that they have enough developers now with enough units in play that they're going to have that. We're going to see it happen. And
Okay.
if they get their B to C, B to B businesses down, business to business down pat, it's going to be around for a while. And it's only going to get better because personal computers were first initially made for business.
Right.
Then games came along to
And
push this
up,
computing
right,
technology.
push up the technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make it better. Yep.
So
The Funk says, I expect the pass-through video will solve a lot of the annoying optics quirks of AR, HMDs, e.g., lack of capacity, narrow
mm-hmm.
MOVs. Now y'all getting
Yeah,
supercharged.
we're getting super nerdy on you.
Yeah, I
You're
don't.
not ready for all that nerdiness.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah, you're
not
not ready for all this
there.
nerd, this level of nerdiness. You're not level for this, ready for this level
I
of
guess
nerdiness.
I guess it's levels to this, right?
There's levels to this level of nerdiness. This geekiness over here, son. You got to be ready for this level of geekiness.
I'm not.
But I'm quite excited for it. I am excited for it.
Okay. Okay.
With that being said, Johnny Randolph, I think we'll conclude our show for today. What do you think?
Yeah, man, that was a good positive story to end on, especially since we started off
Yeah.
with all that corporate bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, corporate bull stuff happens. It happens. It happens, you know. So I had
Yeah.
to plug in my computer. My computer was getting low. I was like, I don't have any I don't have any USB-C ports.
You
So I
don't
had to
have
kill my
any?
two screen. I got them available now
Okay.
because I have a 4 screen setup, so I didn't have any ports left, but I got it now.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's a positive note. The
Yep.
Meta Quest is the future. The future is here, actually,
Right
and
now.
so we get to
Future,
experience it.
we're faster than the future, right? Yeah, the future.
Yeah, like they have right now. They have it where you can put a pin, like a stylus pin point in the bottom of the controller. You can just write and draw and paint and sculpt right there in 3-dimensional space.
Oh, okay. I'm with it.
It's quite awesome. It's quite awesome.
Cool.
You know, so we'll see what happens once it launches. October 25th is when they when they hit the market.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's probably gonna be a big Christmas item gift.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And let's be honest, it costs just as much as a phone. The high-end version of the Apple
Yeah.
phone is
Yep.
more than this technical.
Yeah. 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 What? iPhone hit you what, about $800?
A thousand for the of 1,200 for the 512 version. I
Yeah.
think it's like 1,800 for the big version.
Yeah. And this is what, $499?
Well, 14.99.
14.
1,000.
Oh,
Yeah, $1,499.
okay. I thought it was $499.
Oh
Jesus.
no, 4.99 is for the regular one.
Okay. Okay.
3.99. 3.99 for the regular one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So with that, I'd like to conclude the show. Shouts out to Defunct for always curating our stories. Comes through strong every time. We've been gone for a couple of days, so we had to get the backlog of stories in. Shouts out to Randy for being a great technical director and
That's
producer.
Rodney.
Rodney, my fault.
I'm like, I don't
Oh man, I'm sorry about that, guys.
I'm
Y'all
not-
look alike. Y'all look the
Oh,
same.
now we look
Yeah,
alike.
y'all look alike. Y'all
Jeez.
look alike. uh, thank you, Randy, for coming on as being a great co-host, and shout
Appreciate
out
it.
to Digital Click for making us look good.
Absolutely.
In our marketing promotions. Tomorrow we have Binge Worthy.
Yeah, man.
We may not have Geek Beast. I have to find Randy a co-host. I will be out for that. and they would be discussing She-Hulk.
Yeah.
So come in for the discussion of She-Hulk. It'll be Courtney, Randy, and Catherine. Catherine will be back, you guys.
If you watched last week, Catherine will be back.
Mm-hmm. And they'll be back to discuss She-Hulk. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, man, we'll be one of the first shows to binge the entire season. So, the last episode drops today, or I'm sorry, tomorrow. And then later on that night, we're going to review it. So, yeah, come back and join us for binge worthy tomorrow.
With that saying, good night. Talk to y'all tomorrow.
Peace.